Mr. Salloway, who are you renting to now?
David something. I have this lease here. Hold on one second.
May I see it, please?
Certainly. Technically, it's two separate areas, so I have two leases.
Prior to Mr. Vitek, what do you mean two separate areas?
I have them marked as two separate units. The one unit he's referring to that I rented to him, they're actually in the computer as two separate units because they're separated by a wall.
Okay. How long had it been since that premises had been rented?
About 4 or 5 months.
And who had it been rented to before?
A plumbing supply house.
How long had they been there?
I'm not sure. I inherited them with the building.
Okay. I see one unit that you've rented for $500 and one unit you've rented for $1,500 a month. Which unit was the unit that Mr. Vitek?
He had both.
I had access to one. He was using the space in the back, the smaller one, to store his stuff.
Okay, so let us assume that that's reasonable, sir. So he rented the unit for $1,500 a month for storage, and that commenced January of 2018.
Correct.
Okay, so he was actually there until December of 2017?
Yes.
No. She's telling you no.
What?
So she probably knows more
Well, he
than you do.
disappeared after August. We couldn't get a hold of him after that, but he was there up until I rented it out.
That's not true. I always kept contact with West. I let him know everything that was going on.
Mr. Vitek, you're not getting any money. The question I'm dealing with now is a counterclaim. Do you understand?
Yes.
Between August and December is what you're telling me that you weren't in the premises because you had finished what you were supposed to do, but you were waiting on permits.
No, I was continually working down there because me and West had
So is
other
what you're
agreements.
telling me that you were working there?
I had access to the space the whole time.
That's not access. That's what I'm talking about, whether you had access. Were you present there between August and December,
Yes.
regularly, every day?
Oh, I was never there every day.
Listen,
I was
Mr.
there.
Salloway, it doesn't look to me as if you were out a whole bunch of money. You have a lease. If you wanted him out, you should have taken his keys before. We should have taken his keys before.
It wasn't a question of wanting him out. He kept saying he's got this grant money coming in, he's going to reimburse me. That's why he never put the utilities in his
Very
name,
good.
and he got the grant money.
I
He got it.
I couldn't use the grant. West knew this too. I couldn't use
Your
the grant
case is
for any.
dismissed. So's your counterclaim. Unless you can demonstrate to me that you took any actions after August of 2017 to lock him out of the premises. Yes.
Okay, so I work with Anthony a lot more often than he did with West. I reached out to Anthony several times because it was becoming the winter and you have to winterize that building. If he was making a gallery, he needed to make it climate controlled in there. There was nothing done. So then I had to go in and I noticed that the sprinkle heads were all painted red. Now if they're painted, it's not going to work properly. So we had to go and replace all the sprinkle heads
You have a bill?
because they weren't working. Yes.
Mid-Orange Plumbing and Heating. Is that the company that used to rent from you?
No, that's the company that does my sprinkler system maintenance, annual inspections and such. And this building does get inspected annually, so those heads were operating and functional the year prior.
I got it. Okay, good. Judgment on the counterclaim for $5,000. We're finished. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. May step out.